All right. Another episode of A Hill to Die On. Episode 13, I think. As you guys can, I guess, okay, if they're watching, then they can see, I guess. Hopefully they're listening to it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. But John's not here today. I think we're gonna kick him off the show, to be honest. I don't know
He's
if I
got he's got another podcast to do.
podcast with Spencer. Um, I'm gonna be honest, Brett, I have one thing to talk about, and that's pretty much it. So this might be like a lackluster, this might be a shitty podcast. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Or we can just talk like people.
Yeah, but like I feel like it just never really. Let's do it. Fight it. You guys have said that before in the past. You and John, and you guys just had nothing. So
Well,
that's
you
just
could
my.
say we had nothing, but then it just becomes just people. This is shitty. This is shitty. It's like, well, let's talk, man.
All right, fuck it. As you can, there's a you can't really tell. There's a fridge behind me. I went to go buy a fridge
You got a
for the
new fridge.
house. I got a new fridge for the house. Well,
Tell,
used.
tell me that. Tell me that. Tell me that story.
Yeah, it's interesting how like much you don't realize how important a truck is until you need one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I almost bought a truck a few days ago.
oh shit. Yeah, they're surprisingly like it's like having a boat. I equate it to having a boat where most people you don't want to be the person who owns the boat. You want to be the person with a friend who owns a boat, so you don't have to like figure out where to dock it and clean it
Yeah.
and maintenance and all that shit. But when you need it, you're like, fuck, I really wish I had a fucking maybe not a boat, but a car, a truck. So I've been for the past like 2 days, I've been looking on Craigslist and like well, no, actually OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace to trying to find this fucking fridge because our fridge went kaput. We've had an old ass one, like a French door fridge, for like 8 years now. It's been a while, and it finally just like kind of went bust.
You can get dirt cheap fridge by just going to a store and just asking for the display one.
Oh, okay. Well, should have asked you about that. Fuck. Anyways, well, this was pretty cheap. This was $125.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, the ones I'm thinking
Anyways,
of, like the display ones, even at Costco, are like 700.
oh no, fuck that. Mm, so I had to like scramble and try to find a truck. The ones on home no, not Home Depot. I'll get back to that. The ones
You
on
all?
U-Haul are so expensive. So it's like $20 to use it, and then 89 cents per mile, and it's like what the fuck? Like that can get extremely expensive. So I did like some calculations. It was going to end up costing me like $80, $90 to
How far away was this fucking fridge?
not too far. It was about 15 miles away, but the issue was I would have to get the fridge, come back
Then bring
here.
it back to you all.
Yeah, but haul away the one that we have to the
Right.
dumpster and then go to U-Haul. So it ended up like it was going to cost a bit of money.
What about like
Like fuck that.
TaskRabbit?
Didn't think of that. But then the second thing I thought of was Home Depot. This is going to be a fucking boring podcast. I'm talking about home fucking trucks. I thought of Home Depot, and they have okay. So I checked pretty much all the Home Depots within 50-mile radius of me. Every single Home Depot has two trucks. Okay, two trucks, and not only that, they're first come first serve, and you can't reserve them online. So what happens, and this is like apparently a thing, people will wait. Home Depot opens at 6 a.m. People will wait at 5:30 in line to get a truck at Home Depot. So this
How many
that's
of them, and how many of those people are legal?
likely not many. What's happening is probably somebody's paying somebody to stand in line for them. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're
Yeah.
being honest, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's so I was thinking about going down to my local Home Depot and finding some illegal immigrants and having them. I forgot John's not on this podcast. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, we could no, there's no editing this time.
Is your girlfriend? Is your girl around?
Yeah, she's in the other she's taking a nap.
Oh, she can't. Okay. I'm dead. Okay.
That's stupid.
We should talk about Palestine and Israel then, since
We can do that now.
since
I can
John's not
actually
here.
give my full views on the camps, the encampments.
Just literally cut 15 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
not
the second we don't have John on the podcast, we're like, so I picked up a fridge.
yeah.
U-Haul was expensive, so I decided to go to Home Depot, and I saw
Also
a bunch.
illegal immigrants and so the thing that I wanted to bring up, and I think it's it's a stupid talking point, but I think it's pretty interesting. Um, I don't know. Well, how? When's the last time you played your PlayStation?
I sold it. I sold it
Oh yeah,
like a year and a half ago.
you put it on offer. Oh no, you auctioned it off, right?
Yeah, auctioned it off. I had made, and then because of I was the first person to do that. I was the first person to do a $1 1 minute auction for a PlayStation 5 on that platform that I was on. And so I got like 1,000 people in the room, and
Wow.
there was so much FOMO. I spent $500 on the PlayStation. I sold it for like $630.
Oh, that's crazy. All right. Anyways, I was bringing that up because so Assassin's Creed, the new Assassin's Creed's coming out.
They're making a new one.
Yeah, and this is the first time that they're having like a black protagonist.
All right,
And I don't know if you've ever heard of him. His name's Yasuke. He's like part of Japanese history. He was like the first African ninja, or not ninja, samurai, whatever.
sure. Yeah, Japanese.
So it's first Japanese samurai, and he's like pretty prevalent in their history and like their lore or whatever. And I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, this is whatever. I haven't played Assassin's Creed in like maybe 8 years. It's been a very long time.
Yeah, the
I
new
don't
ones have
have
been really bad.
okay, well, so I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, this is whatever. Like it's not blowing out. It's nothing crazy, whatever. And then you go on Twitter and people are just like upset, and people were like, "Oh, what the fuck are you guys doing?" And like it feels like it's pandering, and I'm the first person to be like,
You're
this is
pandering.
pandering. Yeah. I'm like, if you genuinely like you can tell the difference when companies are like being genuine or when they're just doing it because they want, to lean left or whatever, or just like pander to a certain demographic because they want to be able to sell more of this thing. Um, and I don't know if this was that, but it feels like to me every time that there is some type of, like, let's take Ariel for instance, right? For the Disney thing, when the Little Mermaid, they had uh one of the Bailey sisters playing the newest mermaid, Little
Halle
Mermaid.
Bailey.
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah, that's her name. So they had one of her, and people were like upset at that. And it's like, one, she's a fictional character, so it doesn't really matter if like whatever. And like, sure, I can understand why people might think that it is pandering because but at the same time, like it can't always be considered pandering. Like at one point, it's just like maybe somebody just thought, okay, this is like the direction that we want to go in. Like the Yasuke who is being portrayed in this new Assassin's Creed game, he's a real person. Like he's part of history. Now he might not be a large part of Japanese history. Like maybe they could have chosen a different person for like the main protagonist for the first Assassin's Creed game that took place in Japan. But to say that it's pandering, kind of like almost it negates everything else about like it'd be one thing if this person maybe didn't exist and they're just making him up, and you could have chosen like someone like, I think there are people bringing up somebody named Hanzo, who's like a pretty well-known I almost said Japanese person.
That just sounds like the Japanese version of that's
Okay, well, yeah.
Hanzo.
So
Hanzo. That's so. I'm sorry.
no, but so I just found that to be like interesting, and I wanted your opinion on it. It feels like no matter what direction companies going, if they decide to have some type of black protagonist, or that was never black in the first place, and they changed the race, if people say that it's pandering. But it's just like, so
I don't
what
know.
do you
It
want?
seems racist to me because nobody said shit when they made the Egyptian Assassin's Creed because everyone was like, "Oh, ancient Egypt is so cool," but the second they make a black one, they're like, "Oh,
Yeah, so maybe if, okay, and I'm gonna take the example that you're giving. Maybe the Egyptian Assassin's Creed, like maybe somebody prominent, somebody less if they had like
I think it
two
was a fictional. I
options.
think it was a fictional game and it was fictional characters. But like people thought, like, oh, they're making a video game about ancient Egypt. That's so cool. I get to explore the pyramids, do all that, and everyone was super into that. And if people are really upset that there's now going to be a black protagonist, it's like,
Yeah.
especially if he was a real person and a real samurai, like, who cares?
I think one of the criticisms, and unfortunately, a lot of it's being overshadowed by just like honestly what feels like kind of racism, but to me at least, one of the more acceptable like pushbacks is like, okay, Yasuke wasn't that big of a historical figure, but at the same time, if you're the first black something in like Japan, it's kind of big, I would say. But
Yeah.
regardless, there people are like, oh, they could have chosen like somebody who was more like a staple in Japanese culture, and like that I can understand. But I don't know. It was weird to like see the backlash, and a lot
Yeah,
of
but
it
then I feel like they probably thought they'd be competing then with that samurai game that came out last year or 2 years ago.
that shit. People were mentioning that actually. People were like,
Ghosts of Tsushiro, Ghosts
That's
of
right. That's right.
yeah,
People were saying that that game is fucking
Tsushima.
amazing. Yeah, they're like you guys are trying to compete with that. It's not even close. That's what I've been hearing, or that's
Yeah,
what
because if
people
they
will
just
say.
made it just about the Japanese samurai, then they would sound like they were competing. But if they're making it about, okay, well, we got this famous character in Japanese history,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see why people care. Just play the fucking video game.
Same on the same topic actually. This wasn't even planned, but I was also seeing. I don't know if you so Tom Holland is doing Romeo and Juliet on the West End or some shit in
Yeah,
London,
yeah.
and the girl who's playing opposite him, who's playing Juliet, people are mad, mad, mad. People,
Why? What color is she?
well, I mean,
Is she black?
yeah, yeah.
They did it on Broadway with a black Juliet, and Orlando Bloom played Romeo, and nobody said shit.
Okay, so this
At least I
is
don't think they did. They may have.
may have, but this is what I'm seeing on Twitter and like Instagram. People are saying this is not what I'm saying. Okay, I just want to make this very clear, John. If you're probably not listening to this podcast, but
He's
I'm gonna caveat this.
probably jacking off while listening to his movies podcast.
First episode that's not even aired yet. So what people are saying is that they're not upset that she's a black girl. I think she's like Nigerian or something. I can't remember, or she has like West African roots. They're not upset about that. They're upset that, again, this is not fucking me saying. I'm just quoting what people are saying. People are saying that she's not pretty. People are saying that she
Hang on, I
is
want to look this
not.
up.
People are saying that she is not like,
That she's ugly.
yeah, but like not as Shakespeare wrote
Okay,
Juliet
but
essentially.
all right, hang on.
Um
It's not like Tom Holland is hot.
yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he's like an average looking dude. I think that his success has definitely,
Francesca, I can't pronounce her last name. Amawuda Rivers.
yeah.
Let me look her up. Hang on.
This part of the
Okay.
podcast will be cut.
All right. Okay.
All right, we're gonna have to
All
cut this.
right.
We're gonna have to cut this out. To
I
the
mean,
fucking the
okay,
Predator
but
from
here's what I'm
Alien
gonna say.
versus Predator, which is insane, dude.
Hang on, here's what I'm gonna say because I'm looking at pictures of her in the show. She looks pretty in the show, but like her
No,
headshots,
yeah, people are saying she does not look pretty in the show. Like people are
really?
taking,
Because I'm
yeah,
looking at
dude.
the pictures of the show and she looks pretty, and she looks
Well,
like a good actor. But like, yeah, her headshots, she can use a little work.
I'm gonna keep that in.
You should keep that in. I don't care.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet, West End.
I got nothing. Listen, I don't know anything about her except for these literal still images that I'm looking at. So
Yeah, look, I assume that she's a fantastic actress, right, or actor, or whatever.
you know what I do? You know what I do hate though? When I don't hate it, but when it comes to like pandering, like open casting like that, you know the movie The Notebook with Ryan Gosling,
I've never actually seen it, but like
but
I know of it.
so it's about this. It's basically this couple, and it's an old couple at first, and the wife has dementia, and the husband, and they're both in their 90s, and the husband is reading them their story of them falling in love to her. And then it goes into flashbacks of them falling in love with Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams.
Can
So
I
they're
just say
doing that on,
something?
yeah.
Can we do? I want to do a podcast where we have like a list of movies where you and John have seen and I haven't seen, and I just want you guys to like explain the plots of the movies to me. But anyways, continue.
So in the way they wrote a musical version of it. It's on Broadway right now. It didn't get very good, kind of mixed reviews, but the way they cast it, the old version of the couple is a black man and a white woman, and then when it goes into flashbacks, it's a white man and a Hispanic woman.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's so stupid. They did the same thing for like some show where there's three versions of a girl, and like the middle one is like a black woman, and then the other two versions I think are like one Hispanic and one like white, and it just doesn't make sense. Like
Yeah,
it's dumb. Like I understand you're trying to like give people jobs, but at the same time, just like make it make sense. That's stupid to me. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, what you're saying about that, like I would be so confused if I was watching that on Broadway. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
are
It
they?
was hard enough. It was hard enough for me to follow fucking Moonlight. You seen Moonlight?
No, I haven't seen Moonlight.
Oh God, the guy goes from being the cute kid, to his teenager self. He's a tall, lanky teenager, skinny, tall, and lanky. And then when he's an adult, he's a short, buff guy. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hard
Uh,
enough for me to follow that. I can't like. I'm gonna basically know what's going on, but at the same time, it's like there's no. I just have a semblance of continuity.
Correct. Yeah, I'd be like looking at the person next to me, like, "Hey, can you explain it? I don't." Yeah. Anyways, now I dislike that too. It's like I don't know, and I hate this saying or this whatever now because I feel like it's overused. But like, I definitely feel like the pendulum is I guess swinging the other way. I think like we had a solid 7 or 8 years of just like everything is woke and everything is great, and then I think it's slowly going back to the other side. It's just like there is no middle ground. That's the issue for me. It's like now, we're not gonna get into politics. Let's play. Nah,
Well,
fuck
we
that.
can because what bothers me is there's no. You have to make one kind of art to be in theater right now. You
Yeah,
pretty much have to make one. Like you have to be on one side of the one. Well, you have to be on one side of the fence.
yeah,
And if you have a different point of view, and even if you have an audience to cater that towards, you get lambasted and like just scolded by everybody in the theater world for writing something that they might have a differing opinion on. Now, that's not for me to say, like, oh, I want to go do a play about how amazing President Trump is or whatever, something like that. Like, I don't want, that's not what I mean. But if the fact that, like, even if you wrote a play about Donald Trump, there's no way it would ever get produced. There's like,
uh,
even if you have an audience for it, unless you were scolding him, like there's
yeah,
no,
yeah,
like, and again, I'm not for President Trump. I'm left wing, but like there's no truck for anybody out there who, even if they have the audience to get produced, if they have a differing point of view, because the whole theater world and all the professionals are completely run by the farthest left.
yeah. I think that also kind of makes the art kind of shit because it just
Because then
has to be
you're just preaching
something.
to the choir all the time,
Yeah, yeah. It
and then
has to be something specific. Also, like you're not.
people
I'm
are
not gonna
always
put this.
saying how, like, people, like, they'll rate a show about the LGBT community or something like that, or the LGBT Black experience or anything like that. And like you and I saw Strange Loop on Broadway, and I loved it,
It's far.
and it was a
Great
great
show.
show. And that's about like a man who's trying to figure out how to write a show about being LGBT and Black, and like, but the fact that people are calling it brave, I'm like, what's, I'm sorry, brave. You're, everybody who's going to come see this is going to agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it would be. It's not that brave in New York and like
Yeah. Now, if they
San
took that shit to
Francisco.
Louisville, if they took that shit to
Yeah,
Louisiana,
that might be a little bit more brave. But yeah, I don't know. I agree with you in like some sentiments where like it's funny. Okay. I equate it to going to Berkeley, right? Where it's definitely an echo chamber of like everybody agrees with each other, and if you don't, then you're the odd man out. Um, very similar to my first year at Berkeley. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but uh Ian Yiannopoulos, I think that's his
Milo,
name. Milo
Milo.
Milo Yiannopoulos. The fuck is Ian? Um, he was going to come and have like a speech on campus, and like it got to the point where people were protesting whatever. The SWAT team came in, trees were being burned down, like it was pretty
Jesus.
bad. And I think he still ended up doing the talk, and it's just like
Just because one dude was going to come in and speak.
because one dude was going to come in and speak.
That shit
And
happened at GW, and it wasn't that violent, but Ben Shapiro was going to come speak.
oh, Ben Shapiro.
And people actually went, and this is when I was at George Washington University. People actually crossed, like printed new signs that looked like the original signs to see Ben Shapiro, but they changed the date.
That's pretty funny though. That's pretty
And they
funny.
but they put those up, and they like taped those over the original signs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then the school didn't do anything about it. Nothing got done about it. So there may have still been an
Like a
attendance
lot
at
of
the Ben Shapiro
confusion.
thing,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of confusion. I said, if the Republican club and the Democratic club on campus did that, if the Republican club on campus, if AOC was coming in to speak, and the Republican club put up signs changing the date of her thing, there would have been a riot, and the school would have done something about it.
Sure.
But because it was Ben Shapiro, like, nope, no, because he's a bad guy and amongst our generation.
Well, yeah. I personally just think it's
And I
funny
don't
that
agree with Ben
they
Shapiro, but like, I just think that you can't do shit like that unless unless you're willing to take it if it comes from the other side too.
yeah.
And they're just not.
I think it's just funny that they just taped over, like not even really vandalized the actual poster, just like taped over the other poster. I think that's
Yeah,
pretty
they like
funny.
took it. They either took them down or and then replaced them, or they taped over them. I can't remember,
That's
but I remember
funny.
that happening. And there
Yeah.
was a couple people I know who were involved in doing it in the GW theater. So
Anyways, yeah. Well, that's the state of fucking. Oh, I'm going to LA tomorrow to do a fucking audition. So that's
for
my
what,
life for a commercial.
dude? They're doing Swept Away on Broadway, and I'd be so
Oh
fucking good in that
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Or do you know who was in the original production of the arena
I
stage?
saw. Yeah,
So
I
I
saw
reached out.
his video.
I
He would
reached.
post. Sorry, he would post shit on Instagram and shit like that. So yeah.
I reached out to him today to see if he knew when any of the audition dates were, and he's helping me out a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, so he let me. He said, "Oh,
Mhm.
here's the casting director," and
Ooh.
so I'd be so. It's about fucking like sailors in the 19th century.
Yeah.
Like, I got the beard, I got the look. I
Yeah, that'd
could
be
see
dope.
me in a fucking wife beater and suspenders. Come on.
Yeah, that'd be really dope. All right, good luck with that. I'm glad you reached out to him. That's good.
I mean, I haven't done an audition in a while since I moved down to Tampa, but that'd be a show that I'd be willing to do because there's no agenda with it. It's just it's a
It's fun.
folk music show about sailing.
Yeah. Speaking of that dude that we're talking about, I just won't mention his name, but that dude, eh, okay, if somebody's working, that's that guy. That guy
He's
fucking
awesome.
works.
He's awesome.
And it's not okay compared to the other dude. I'm gonna just say his name. Fucking what's his name? No, compared to
Oh
right.
yeah.
That like that's the way that you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like not fucking going 3 months here, 2 months here. Like the dude's
If
just
he listens to this,
he's not. There's no way. Also, I'm just gonna bleep the name out. It's fine. But
dude, it's so sad. It's yeah, bleep the name. It's so sad. I
yeah.
saw so he works all the time and regionally, just for people who don't know. So he goes all over the country, 3 months here, 3 months here, 3 months here. Meanwhile, he's got a wife and kid at home.
Okay.
And
Well, we got to. I mean, all
we'll
right,
bleep the name. We'll bleep the name.
all right.
But today I saw
Just say kid. Just his kid.
his kid is
Yeah.
doing really well in the sport that he's involved in.
Oh
And
God, it's getting too specific. It's getting,
yeah,
it's getting, it's getting to the kid's
I
doing
mean, no
really
one's
well
gonna
in the
know.
sport that he's doing, and he got first place.
Well,
Uh,
no. Well, no,
no,
it's
I'm
like
just like,
the kid actually he's making it to like tournaments, like regional tournaments, and he got a banner after him and everything. Like, and this kid's like 10 years old, and his whole family was there taking pictures of him with his banner, and his dad's not there.
oh,
And
that's
it's just
sad.
like, and because he's out there fucking in the middle of nowhere acting again for fucking $1,100 a week.
Fuck it, man. That's his dream, I guess. You know, fuck it. That's yeah, that's tough, bro. Because on one hand, I kind of understand the dilemma because like that's probably what he's been wanting to do his entire life, And just because you have
Sure.
a kid, your dreams don't stop. But at the same time, like you have to prioritize maybe family if
Yeah, and
that
once you
does
have it,
happen.
it's not the kid's fault. He fucked his mom.
Anyways, that's that. Yeah, this podcast is pretty much turned into talking shit about other people and talking shit about
Drinking coffee.
theater in general, essentially. Just
Yeah, I haven't really been talking too much shit. I was saying I want to get back into it.
since John's not here, we can talk shit about him. What's John up? Oh, John's doing pretty well actually. He
He's got
signed
a
with a
job. He got a job at a huge agency.
got a job at a huge agency, signed with a really good agent for voice work. Um, Actually, I will be honest. Out of our cohort, not yeah, out of our cohort, I might be the only one who has signed with an agent, not straight out of grad school.
I
But at the
think
same,
you no,
but at
one of us got a manager.
yeah, there's shit though.
Oh my god, dude. That's the one that told me that I got an interview with them. They said I wasn't unique enough.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's shit. What's it called with them? Uh, yeah,
Yeah, he's with them.
I'm gonna have to bleep
But
some
you
of my
know what?
shit
He's
out.
getting work. He's getting some work every once in a while. He does like he gets like 2 regional shows a year.
Yeah, but that's not through. I don't think they're managing him through for theater. I think they're managing him like for legit, like uh,
Like
film and television and shit.
commercial.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a mother and a
so
daughter who run
legit.
that place.
Yeah, I'm. Anyways, I'm going to LA for a fucking audition tomorrow, and I'm not excited at all because I don't know, man. I don't. First of all, I don't want to really live in LA, but I kind of don't have a choice. Eventually, I have to move out there, but like right now, it's kind of stupid because I would rather fly to SF than drive to LA for an audition.
Driving just sucks.
Not even. It's just like I just know I'm not gonna get the fucking thing. Like I'll obviously like do my best in the audition, but it just I don't know. It feels like kind of a waste of time. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
So, but but yeah, man. I don't know. What you're not. Whatever. How? Fuck yeah. I'm stopping myself from asking the most mundane fucking questions. Like, how's the job? How's the job going? What the fuck is
How's
that
my
for a
work
pod?
from home job?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Uh no, I do have I did you hear about what happened at the golf place yet? The golf tournament yesterday?
What golf tournament?
The PGA.
No, I didn't hear about it.
So yesterday, it was in Louisville, Kentucky,
Yeah.
and yesterday morning, this guy, one of the security officers there, got run over by a bus and died.
Oh shit! No, I should. I started
Yeah,
laughing.
I'm laughing. What the
No, no,
fuck?
no. That's you're a dick. I thought you were gonna say a golf cart, and then you continued to say a
No,
bus.
no. He got run over by a golf.
Fucking shit. All right, that's pretty bad. That's really
Yeah,
bad.
no, he got hit by a bus and he died. And on the way to the one of the top players, one of the top people in the PGA,
Tiger
who's
Woods.
no, he's better than he beat Tiger Woods.
Wow.
He was on his way to this tournament to tee off at like 6 in the morning, and they blocked off a lot of the road because of this fatal accident that had happened to get to the tournament. And he, I guess, tried to get around the traffic in order to tee off. And on the way there was like a police officer who was
Yeah.
trying to direct traffic and let him know where to go. And he sped around the traffic. He ended up hitting the police officer, running him over, dragging him under the car. Police officer had to go to the hospital, got injured. So he gets arrested. One other police officer runs up and tries to hold on to the car to stop him. They arrest this golf player. They bring him back to the precinct to book him into jail. And then they let him out within like an hour and a half to go and play golf because
Yeah,
oh
but
no, you got to go play. This
yeah,
is a huge tournament.
He had a tournament to play. What do you expect? What are you gonna keep him and not let him play in the tournament? I imagine that like the sheriff had money on the tournament. He's like, yeah, we have to let him go.
We got.
I'm gonna lose $1,000.
But then he went in. He made top 5 at the tournament.
That's saying that's crazy. I was almost imagining that for some strange reason he's also driving a bus, and then he runs over someone else at like trying to go around the bus that had already hit someone. Yeah.
Kill somebody else. I was
All
like
right.
that. There's no way that would have happened to anybody who
Yeah.
wasn't a white professional
Like
athlete.
imagine it was his caddy who tried to go around. They're like, yeah, you have to let him go. He's caddying for the dude who's like top five.
Yeah, absolutely not. And
Yeah.
then, dude, even one of the police officers in the jail was booking him in and said, all right, so you want the full treatment today or the partial treatment? Like he ran over a cop.
Wait, what do you mean partial treatment?
The partial treatment, like they were going to let him go early.
They gave him the choice.
Yeah.
Why in the world would he say a full treatment?
It was a joke. They were joking. I
Like,
guess they were kind of half joking with him.
it's like I need to learn. I want to learn my lesson, officer. You need to hold me. Yeah. Uh. Yeah, man. This is
Wait, I want to know what you're doing to find a job. Like, you sent your resume. So where are you what are you trying to do? Like, what do you want? Where do you want to work?
So I'm looking at like this is a stupid topic for a podcast, but I'm looking at a lot of like project management jobs which don't even exist anymore because during COVID, what was happening was a lot of like white girls were posting on TikTok what I do in a day as a project manager, and a lot of like these tech like leads at these jobs were like, wait, you're posting what I do in a day and you don't do anything. So there was a large swath of like layovers for all of these like newly graduated white girls who were just project managers who were genuinely not doing anything. Um, so those jobs now are very difficult to get, and a lot of them start at like 80K. Um,
Project management.
yeah. Uh, but like I have a certificate and all that shit. I can
But is it the
still.
one from Google?
It is the one from Google, but I can still get my PMP, which is like
Okay.
the official one, which I can work on that. But like, it feels like even if I do work on it, I don't know. The job market's kind of at least in the tech industry, job market's kind of fucked right now. And I'm also looking at recruiter jobs as well for like recruitment. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's pretty tough though, and like I don't know how much you're making right now, but I'm not trying to get like a 30K a year job. It's kind of shit.
No, yeah, you got to get a real job.
Yeah.
But I
Um.
mean, I, there's lots you can do. Like if you just look into just applying to everywhere,
Now I'm applying to a lot of places. But what do you mean by everywhere though?
like all types of jobs, like all types of industries.
What does that even mean? What do you like?
Like Corianne, literally, Corianne was like, my fiance. She was applying just specifically to real estate, and she got a bunch of bites on real estate, but it's all commission based. And then all of a sudden, she goes, okay, well, what if I expand it to look at different types of things? She ended up getting a job as a portfolio manager for Verizon. So she's going to be in charge of like all of their leases, all of that, all of everything. And
That's pretty cool.
like, so she's not doing real estate anymore. She's still in the real estate industry, but a completely different kind of job.
Interesting. All
So I
right.
think you
I
could
mean,
look into more than just like one or two types of positions. Like look into HR, look into marketing, look into lots of different things and see where you can like, because communication, you have a communications degree and you can really do a lot
media.
with
Yeah.
that.
I want to train orcas. I want to train really
Go to
large
fucking
whales.
go to SeaWorld.
Just overnight while no one's there, and just try to train some orcas. I don't know, man.
Take on some debt, go to online school, get another master's degree in something that's useful.
Fucking ITT Technical Institute, maybe DeVry. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Remember those commercials when you were kids?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With those
But
shitty computers.
yeah, you're not. You're sitting at home. You're doing nothing. You can be getting a degree right now. What do you? What do you? Just shame you into
And
wanting
then
to
the
get a
next
degree?
commercial was chia.
Oh man.
Dude, I do have something that's been fucking. I got two things that have been pissing me off, and I want to get your take on it. And both of them are so shitty things. Like it's so fucking right wing for them to piss me off.
Let's hear it.
All right, one of them is: did you hear what happened yesterday with the Disney Union?
Yeah, they unionized, right?
The actors at
They had
Disney
enough votes.
unionized.
Yeah.
Which, listen, I don't mind unionizing, but they unionize for the most entitled and young fucking asshole reasons for unionizing. They
Why?
said
Why?
it sucked. Working at Disney sucks. You can barely pay the bills. You can barely do this. I hurt my back. I did this. This happened. This happened. This happened. And I'm like, listen, I've complained about jobs that I've worked at too. I did it openly on this podcast about the zoo that I was working at and how dangerous it was to work there. Bitch, you're working at Disney World. You
What
make, do you know how much they make there? $25 an hour. Can you
are they
name
like?
one other,
Are they like
name
the
one other
characters?
21-year-old? Huh?
Are they like the characters or
The
what?
characters, the parade performers, the pretty much all the performers.
I see.
Can you name one other 25-year-old, 21-year-old who can make $25 an hour minimum? That's the base. Is 25 bucks. Most 21-year-olds work at fucking grocery stores or all these like terrible jobs just to get by making minimum wage, which in California is what, 15 an hour? Over here it's 12.
No, I think it's like 18, maybe.
Over here it's 12 bucks an hour. And so they're getting paid more than double minimum wage and they're complaining that it's not enough. I'm like, nobody makes that.
Wait, okay. Was the point of the union that they weren't making enough money, or
They
was it
want
other
they want higher
reasons?
wages, they want more protection, they want to stop getting hugged by children.
There's no way that's got to be in
There's
the
no way
contract.
Disney's going to let that happen.
Wait, is that?
Sorry.
Are you
Oh,
serious? Is that in the contract? Is that
that's
what they
one of them. They said it's, yeah, hang on, I'll read it. It's
they wanted to stop being hugged with? That's like the opposite of pedophiles. Like, no.
that's one other thing. Da, 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 da. So, safety concerns, sharing costumes, physical contact with visitors, including hugs from children.
Bro, that's crazy. You're at Disney World. I don't think
It's
you
the
can
most
prevent that from happening.
entitled fucking reason. And then on top of that, it's not like it was an overwhelming vote. It was like 74% voted yes, but they still got hundreds of votes for no. There were lots of people work there who were like, no, this is a good job. And then
Yeah.
can you imagine if they decide to strike and then all of a sudden you go to Disney World, there are no characters?
I mean, I think you'd be fine. You just go on the rides and be okay. Also, since we're on this topic of Disney, dude, you know that is do you have anybody in your family who's like a Disney adult?
Not my family. I don't think so.
Okay, thank God.
I think I would be the closest to a Disney adult in my family.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not even
I'm
that
about to
big of
shit
a. I
on
love
you.
going. Listen. I'm going to Disney World on Wednesday. I love Disney, but I wouldn't say that I'm one of the people who go there like hidden Mickey. There's a hidden Mickey. Oh, this is
Yeah,
a new design.
yeah, that's a different type of like mental health crisis, I think. Um, I genuinely don't understand the whole fascination. Also, like if you're over the age of like 13, then I don't understand the fascination with going to. I'm including you in this, by the way. I don't understand the fascination with going to Disney. Like you've
Oh,
been
it's
there
so
once, you've
fun.
been there 1,000 times. I don't understand what exactly. Like, okay, say that you go in 2 days. What are you gonna do there? What could you possibly do there that you
I'm gonna
haven't done
get.
before
I'm gonna. Well, that I haven't done before.
besides the turkey leg?
Gonna. uh, I'm going to have a goofy shake. Uh,
That's just Goofy's cum.
Mabel. I'm in the middle. Oh my god.
What's she doing? She's shitting.
She just took the world's largest shit.
I said, you missed my joke. I said a goofy shake, just Goofy's cum.
Gosh. Yeah, this is the warmest milkshake.
You just like you peer in the back of Goofy's just beaten off, just you know. Shit.
You go up to the employee, excuse me, my milkshake is frothy.
Anyways, okay, continue. So you have a Goofy shake, all right.
Yeah, I've done it. We're only going to Magic Kingdom. We're staying there. I got a hotel for the night. Um, we paid all of our bills early. We had money left over, and her friends are going to Disney World on Thursday. And so we had enough money. We had about $500-600 left over to spare. So we bought tickets to Disney and a hotel.
Don't you think that the more like reasonable thing to do with that money would be to like put it somewhere and save it than
Absolutely. But you know what?
go to
Disney adult.
Disney? Is she into it too, or not really? Is she into it more than you are? Or?
She likes going on like small trips. Like she's not super huge into theme parks, but she enjoys it.
Interesting. Yeah, man. All right. Well, good luck with that, because that's gonna be expensive ass hotel. Fucking tickets are probably like $1,000 a piece.
Mm.
I've never been to this. Just
Well,
like,
we
no
got the
under.
Florida. You never even been to Disneyland?
No, never, neither.
You live an hour away. No, we got the Florida resident deal. So if you're a resident of Florida, we got the hotel for $100 and the tickets for cheap.
You've been in Florida for like 3 months. How are you a resident already?
She got her ID, so we used
Oh,
her ID.
uh, oh man.
Dude, now we're trying to fucking deal with this insurance on the new car because they totaled my last insurance company totaled a Tesla.
Oh yeah. So this one's gonna be expensive, huh?
So this one just to insure it, they're like for the bare minimum, like no, like basically just bodily protection, like bare minimum insurance is like $150.
Hmm, this doesn't sound too bad.
I
Is
mean,
that
but
that's not
that's
for
like that's
that's not full coverage though, right? I assume.
no full coverage would be like 500 something, and I can't afford that.
Fuck
So I'm
yeah.
shopping around. I might go to one of those sketchy places that advertises like a flea market.
Yeah. That you know that definitely, like, if anything ever happens, you are definitely not like, they're
Covered.
not answering the calls or nothing. Yeah.
I can just go back to the flea market.
The stand's gone. They're no longer there.
It's a fake policy. It's
Mr.
just goofy.
Superman
It's just
no
goofy
here.
beating off.
Nice little callback. Okay.
No,
Uh
dude. I got one other thing. This is gonna again make me sound like a right wing asshole, and I get that it does. It's about theater.
uh,
Do you know who Jinx Monsoon is?
yeah, it sounds like a drag queen.
It's exactly who Jinx Monsoon is.
Doesn't it though? It
Jinx,
sounds like the name of a
Jinx
drag queen.
Monsoon is a RuPaul's Drag Race winner.
Say, really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
you nailed
I
it.
did not know that. That's crazy. Okay.
And they cast Jinx Monsoon
Sorry.
to come in.
Can I just say that, like, the fact that I got that is kind of wild. It also kind of is a testament to just like the whole drag queen thing. Is like, you don't know me. My name is, Chocolate Gumdrop. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody should know who you are, and if they don't, then they're under a rock somehow. But anyways, continue. Sorry.
It always sounds like some like random name of a fudge at a candy store. Try the Jinx Monsoon.
Yeah. Chocolate Yum Yum.
It's
All right.
gross. Uh, so
Jinx Monsoon. Yeah.
Jinx Monsoon is very talented. Like I watched her perform on RuPaul's Drag Race. Very talented, like really, really good. They cast her to play Mama Morton in Chicago, the musical on Broadway, for like 2 months. And tickets skyrocketed because of how popular Jinx Monsoon is. And that character is like kind of famously androgynous
Sure.
and kind of an LGBT icon in some ways. Even though she's like the warden of a prison. And so I was like, you know what? That's a good role for Jinx Monsoon to play. And I watched her sing the song. She nailed the song, and it was awesome. Then they cast her to play Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors off Broadway. And Audrey is an abused woman who's supposed to be stunningly gorgeous, who is one of the most famous roles and most iconic roles for women in the history of musical theater. And the fact that they got Jinx Monsoon to play that role, who's a man, they're not trans. There's not a trans woman. Jinx Monsoon's is I think something trans femme, something like that. But it's not a trans woman. Jinx Monsoon does not identify as a woman.
Sure.
And the fact they cast her to play Audrey, when also Jinx Monsoon does not look good, does not look like a pretty woman. Just I'll say that too.
It's drag. I don't know if it's like they're going for like over the top
They
features.
they
I don't think.
weren't. They yeah. It comes off like I don't know. It's weird to me that they took that role away from a woman when that is so iconically a role for women. And then they did that show in LA. They did Little Shop in LA and they cast a trans woman as Audrey, and that's different. That's a trans woman.
Yeah.
That's different to me. But to cast a drag queen as Audrey, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then they just announced that they're doing Anything Goes at Paper Mill Playhouse, and Anything Goes has the character Reno Sweeney. Again, one of the most iconic roles for a woman to play. It's a triple threat role. You need to be a great singer, great dancer, great comedian, great actor, and
Sometimes
uh,
quadruple threat.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to be able to tap and do everything. And they just cast Jinx Monsoon in that. And I'm thinking, listen, if we're gonna start doing that, then when are we gonna start seeing male roles being played by trans people or drag kings? You never see that happening in the LGBT community, and the LGBT community. And I'm not trying to make any blanket statements, but there are people who think, and even people within the LGBT community think that it can be sexist towards biological women, but not so much
Okay.
towards biological men.
Okay. We're going down a.
We're
So
making no. I
this
don't
is what
care. I'm
happens.
going
This is
at
what
this.
happens. This is what happens
This is
when
what
John's
happens when
not here.
John's not here.
This is what happens when John's
I
not here.
make crazy statements
Well, it's not even that crazy. I'll be honest with you, but like it's it's
because you never
considered
see it.
crazy.
You never see a man, an iconic male role being played by a trans person, a trans
Or
man. You never see it happening.
uh, yeah, bro. Oh,
I'm gonna dream about just fucking walking behind a gift shop at Disney World and just seeing
Goofies.
Goofy just fucking standing up and masturbating into large cups.
I imagine it's just like the entire like Mickey Mouse clubhouse. They're all just beating off like in a circle jerking each other. Yeah, when what's his name?
Donald.
Daffy Duck.
That's Looney Tunes.
Oh, right. So you can tell I don't go to fucking Disney World.
Hey, I think you go to Disneyland, you got that California discount.
I'm good. I don't do
Okay, you got that.
it's terrible shit.
We
Shit.
we came out of the podcast saying we don't have to cut anything. Then we said the worst shit.
Oh my god.
I watched a
Uh
documentary. Corey and I we watched a documentary the other day about. It came out like 2003 on HBO about this dude who this family of five, Jewish family of five in Long Island. And the father was a teacher, and they were like this well respected family, and the father like had like he tutored kids from his house and computer and everything because computers at the time weren't very all over the place, so he was tutoring kids how to use them. And then they found child pornography in his house, and he
it's
was like
always, dude.
he was trading child pornography with people in like the Netherlands.
Like
And
like Pokemon cards.
well, dude, it would literally be like he would send like a tape that was titled, it was entitled like 14-year-old boy and uncle, and then he would ship it with a letter that said enjoy with an exclamation point. It's
Smiley face.
insane. Yeah,
Nah,
no,
that's a
literally.
wild boy, dude.
Yeah, and so then the police started to, the movie's called Capturing the Freedmans. It was a really good movie. Um, and then the police started like interview kids who had come to his tutoring lessons, and a few of the kids said that he molested them, and his
You almost
old
like they feel the kids say that they molested him.
yeah. Well, then they also accused the oldest son of molesting them as well. So there were two molesters in the house.
Hey. Sorry,
Huh?
nah, I was talking to this kid.
Okay. So
It's two molesters of that.
yeah, two molesters in the house. And so then the movie was about like the trial, and it was also
Yeah.
about you find out everybody was lying on all accounts. So
Wait,
you
the kids like the people who
the
said
kid yeah, to this day there were 14 kids who accused them of molestation and stuff. And to this day, like 11 of the 14 of them recanted their statements saying they were coerced into saying that by the police.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah, then the police are lying, the lawyers were all lying, everybody was lying. So you never really know exactly what happened. What you do know for a fact is he did have child pornography and he admitted to molesting children, but not in Long Island. He admitted to doing it to two kids at a vacation home like 20 years ago.
Okay,
20 years before.
I was almost gonna be like, what do they have against this guy? Like, what did he do to make them so upset? But okay, so like he technically did do it, just not there.
Not to them. That was his statement. That was what he said. But he could
Yeah,
be lying. So by the end of the movie, you're like,
that is so weird.
everybody is lying. What are the kid? They got one of the kids to they got one of the kids. I shouldn't be talking about this. One of the kids are grown up at this point by the time they shot the documentary.
Yeah.
And they were interviewing one of the kids about how he was molested, and you could just tell this kid was lying through his teeth.
One pup is crazy. Imagine the self restraint. Like you like let me get to it. You're like, no, just one, just the one.
And then just
Oh my
jump over that kid.
god. Oh my god, I'm crying, bro. That's insane. That's
And you can
insane.
just tell that guy's lying through his teeth.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. That's pretty bad, bro. That's pretty fucked up.
Well, then even the interviewer was like, "That doesn't sound plausible."
The interviewer's like, you gotta get at least two in. One is diabolical.
Well, I'm just thinking. Okay, again, off the record, I'm just thinking, like to get that.
Oh my god. All right.
Anyway, so all right, so
That's
by the end of the movie, you didn't know who was lying because everybody, some of the kids were lying and they recanted their statements. The you could tell that the father was lying about some things, the son was lying about some things. The police are lying about things. The lawyer, everybody was lying. So by the end of the movie, you really didn't quite know what happened.
yeah.
But the thing that made me like the cringiest thing about all of it, the I and I don't know why because they talked about some of like the worst things you've ever heard, like some of the like the molestation, all that. Like it's disgusting. But they have three grown sons in their 30s,
Yeah.
and the cringiest thing for me to hear was all three of them still saying mommy and daddy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It was I was
That's
like
like that's like
they
that's
could talk
definitely
they
like
could
abuse.
they could talk about all of this child abuse and all the sex offender shit and I could just listen to it and be like, oh, that's awful. And then the second I hear this 30-year-old be like, no, no, daddy, what you don't understand is mommy's going to defend you at your trial. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't even listen to it.
Crazy.
Do you
Oh
think
man.
mommy and daddy are going to get divorced? Like, you're 35.
I was gonna say something and I just completely space. Damn, that's too bad. I thought that was gonna be funny. I don't know. Okay, that's oh okay. I've just remembered. Okay, so speaking of weird shit, in documentaries, I was watching the Kevin Spacey documentary on HBO.
Oh, they made one?
Yeah, there's a 3 episode like docu series about Kevin Spacey. Now, look, what I'm gonna say is obviously terrible, terrible dude with done bad things, very bad. But dude, the man could fucking act. My
A
God.
great actor.
I
Yeah.
mean, jeez, dude. Okay, so with that said, a little bit about the documentary. Just never really had like good relationship with his family, and his dad would always beat, I think, the older brother, or because Kevin Spacey has like a really eccentric older brother, so the dad would always beat him, and but he never really beat Kevin Spacey. And then he eventually ended up getting into Juilliard. Only did like a year at Juilliard, or like 2 years at Juilliard. Dropped out and just like had a whirlwind of a career. But like during that time, on his way up, like mediocre, rise to the top, lots of like trying to get straight dudes to do kind of, you know, Good. You
Yeah,
should.
my dad, one of my dad's good friends, I'm not gonna name names, but one of my dad's good friends is gay and dated Kevin Spacey when Kevin Spacey was still in the closet.
Imagine it just your dad only has the one friend.
Yeah.
He's
No,
like,
this guy,
hey.
my dad, I think my dad went to college with him or something, but they dated while before Kevin Spacey got famous.
I see.
And at this point, my dad's friend was already a successful actor in the theater world. He's not famous,
Yeah.
but he was successful in the theater world. And Kevin Spacey didn't want to be outed yet. He didn't want to come out. He ended up coming out of the closet after all uh the accusations
Allegations.
were
Yeah,
made.
yeah, yeah.
But just to take steam off of that, to be like, oh, actually, I'm gay. So let's make the story about me coming out instead of the allegations,
People were
which was
like,
the fucking most cowardly thing in the world.
yeah, people were like, we already knew though.
So and my dad's friend broke up with him when he caught him going through his filing cabinet and writing down the list of like all of his contacts' birthdays and names and everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Talk about trying to get to the top.
Uh-huh.
Hoy. All right. Well, that's the podcast.
There it is. The funniest part we had to cut, unfortunately.
Yeah, I gotta cut that entire thing. Well, I'll put the laughter, but that's about it. It won't make any sense, but whatever.
All right.
Uh, yeah, John's no longer gonna be on this podcast. I'm kind of tired of it. You know, I'm just
Is he booted?
prioritizing his relationship over the podcast is insane to me.
Wait, where is she going?
I don't know
He
actually.
had to leave because his girlfriend's leaving. Hang on, let me read the text messages. He could.
Don't read about.
Why? He read all of mine.
Yeah, well, there was like two texts, and
She's leaving for the week, and she's leaving for the week, so he couldn't give us an hour. I don't know. She seems to be kind of
okay,
high
don't
strung.
don't 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 do it. I was just joking. This man's actually saying this.
Not joking.
No, it's jokes. It's jokes. Okay. Oh, last thing. How is the fake job treating you?
What fake job?
I mean, it's a fake job technically.
What, the one I work for my stepdad?
Yeah.
Dude, I work 9 to 5, 5 days a week.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Brett, come on, dude.
Dude, I build I do instructional design. I do the operations management. I don't work for my stepdad. I work on a team.
I'll take this off the record.
No, it's fine. I don't give a shit. Yeah, my stepdad hired me, but I don't work for him. He's not like, can you do this for me and then go and watch a movie? I work for a whole team.
All right. Do
You
you have
want
any
a fake job?
No, mine's real. I send emails back and forth. That's pretty much it. All right, fuck it. Yeah, it's been the pod. Sorry guys, this was a kind of a boring one. You guys gotta cut next week. You guys come with some heat, man. Come with some heat for me, Brett.
What do you want? What do you want from me? Current events?
You know what? Oh, you know what's gonna be? Oh, next week. Okay, this is gonna be. Wait, no. Next week is the 14th one. I wanted to do a special episode where you guys, where you give me like rundown of like American history. I know you fuck with American history. Just give like a kind of a rundown of I don't know.
But
what's
gonna be is I'm gonna give you the factual thing, and John's gonna give you all like the John's gonna give you like the philosophical and political motivations
behind things. I don't mind that. It'd be pretty interesting. Also, World War II is pretty interesting. We could talk about that. I like World War II.
World War II, sure.
I feel like every dude who like once you start getting older, you're like, you know what, World War II is pretty cool.
World War II, the Shoah.
All right, fuck it. Anything we want to add, or we'll just end the podcast here?
Well, you want to do a whole American history pod next week? We can do that.
That'd be cool.
All right, yeah, that'll be fun.
I feel like you're not going to prepare at all.
Comey, what are your thoughts on slavery?
All right,
Jesus,
bad. All right.
Oh, I got one thing to say. And this is going to be for people who are watching. Comey, you're going to get a huge fucking kick out of this. My brother went to a business conference in Denver last week,
For the fake
and it
job?
was, huh?
For the fake job?
Yeah, for the fake job, and it was an all women's business conference. My brother was the only dude there.
Why did they send him to the all women's
He wanted to
business?
make because he wanted to make because if you are a woman run federal contractor, you get special breaks and special perks.
Yeah.
Just like if you're a black owned contractor or anything like that, or
Yeah.
LGBT contractor.
Tell your stepdad if he wants to give me a portion of his company, we can figure something out. I
And
assume I'm the only black person in your family knows.
honestly, if they put you down, if they redid all of their licensing and they put you down as part owner, then they would get some perks. I think.
Yeah, I'll message him and let him know.
Yeah, if you want to if you want to give me a raise and make me a part owner.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
But so they went there to make contacts with women in the industry, but they didn't realize that Zach would be the only man there.
So creepy. Yeah, he's
And
like
so
trying to get people's numbers and shit. It's like
Zach made friends with this group of black women who were there.
okay, you
And
get double the trouble. It's not
well,
bad.
first of all, he didn't even get laid. I'm like, you're the only dude.
Okay, bro. He went to a business conference. You're insane.
That's all he do there. He went to a happy hour and
Yeah.
there was like a dance floor at the happy hour and all these women were dancing. There was like a DJ. There was all this business conference and they were all drunk. And some of the women were like, Zach, go dance. And Zach went onto the dance floor and he pretended to have a lasso like this.
Oh
And he
God,
started
dude.
lassoing women and like miming that he was pulling them in.
Did any of them go?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
They were all creeped out by the one tall man there
I'm not talking to
trying
your
to
brother,
lasso
dude.
women towards him. And then I said, "Who are you lassoing?" He goes, "My friends, the group of women that I made." I said, "Zach, for the future, don't
Yeah,
mime lassoing black."
black women. It's insane. That is insane. Yeah, you guys might need to demote him or something, or maybe send somebody else to those conferences.
And then he pretended to have a fishing pole. He was like fishing for women.
Oh God. All right, man. You know what? Shout out to Zach. I hope he watches this podcast. Zach, good job. Keep it up. You know what? Next time when you go, you know what you should do? Bring handcuffs. Bring handcuffs. You can take them with you. You can also maybe have a boat in the
He's
harbor somewhere.
he
And
reminds me of the kind of person who would just start doing magic tricks for people.
does he know any?
No, he's just like, "Would you like to see a trick with a deck of cards?"
Yeah.
All
All right.
right.
Anyways, good way to end the pod. I'm gonna cut a lot of that shit, but whatever. It is what it is. Until next week. Until John says that he can't do it next week. This is our second episode without John, huh? Am I
No,
crazy?
no, 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 no. We did. We I think it was the first time that not all three of us have been
Oh,
here.
you know what? I think maybe he joined later. I think you and I
And
started,
then
and then
I
he
and then I
joined us.
left early, so then there was you and him for a while.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna start doing the podcast myself. Just like
Just
reading
like Bill Burr.
current events. Yeah, or like oh, I forget his name. Whatever. Anyways, that's the podcast. Check us out on Spotify, on Apple Music. Eventually, we'll be on TikTok when Brett decides to start making clips of this show. But then again, I will say that like we need to have funny enough clips that we can clip, and I don't think that. I mean, the thing about the documentary was hilarious, but I don't think that that's appropriate. So,
That's gonna get. I mean, you, who's gonna be mad about that?
Pete, I hope that one of us does somehow get a lot of success, and this podcast comes to bite someone in the ass, which would be a good thing on one hand, but also, good thing because you get success, and then bad thing because it's taken away. It's taken
You have
away
no
because
idea. You have no idea how close I am to whistleblowing. I'm ready.
to for what? For
You know what?
oh my God. I'm kind of over that whole thing, honestly. But
I just want to see.
anyways,
I just want to see somebody get fucking like just fucking ruined.
speaking of, okay, I end this podcast like three times, but speaking of his whatever, just whatever. The podcast is over. Bye guys.